So your reach and engagement on Instagram is dropping significantly and you can't reach new people, let alone your existing followers. And the first thing you think is, I'm shadow banned on Instagram. I have been shadow banned before multiple times on multiple accounts. So let me share everything that I have experienced so you don't make the mistakes I made. Hello, my name is Meg. First of all, let me explain what a shadow ban is. A shadow ban is when your content reach is purposely limited. Basically, Instagram won't show your content to new people. You won't rank in hashtags or be shown on the explore page. Only your followers will see your content. If you go to Instagram's help center, they actually state this. While some posts on Instagram may not go against our community guidelines, they might not be appropriate for our global community, and will limit those types of posts from being recommended on explore and hashtag pages. For example, a sexually suggestive post will still appear in feed if you follow the account that posts it, but this type of content may not appear for the broader community in explore and hashtag pages. We only limit this type of content from accounts you don't follow. You'll still see content from all accounts you follow. So Instagram admits that they can limit your reach and will if needed. Shadow ban happens overnight after you break a community guideline, and you see an 80% to 90% tremendous decrease in reach for about 2 weeks before it goes back to normal. Now, why does Instagram shadow ban you? It's a punishment for you breaking community guidelines. Breaking community guidelines including posting nudity, content that belongs to other people like copyrighted content, buying or manipulating followers and engagement, not following the law, spreading misinformation, spamming people, especially bullying and harassing. Also, if you use banned hashtags like #beautyblogger, you are using a hashtag that is breaking community guidelines, so you can get shadow banned. I will also encourage you to stop using the same hashtags over and over because Instagram might think it's spammy, and you could get action blocked and then shadow banned. Also, if you over-engage like mass follow, mass like, or mass comment, that will look like bot behavior, so you will get action blocked first, and if you keep doing it, you probably will get shadow banned. Now, how do you know if you're actually shadow banned? A while ago, Instagram released an account status feature. If you go to settings, account, and then account status, you can see if you've done anything to break Instagram's community guidelines. If you get this message, you're fine. You haven't broken any community guidelines, so you're not shadow banned. But if you get this message, it's not good and you might be shadow banned. Check your insights and see how much decrease in reach you actually have. You can do this by going to your profile. Click Professional Dashboard at the top and you get this graph. If there is an 80% to 90% decrease in reach overnight and it's completely flat for a couple of days, you could be shadow banned. But most of you watching should be fine. You can also see how many new people you are reaching by going into Insights. Tap Accounts Reached. Scroll down to Followers and Non-Followers. If you're not reaching anyone new, you might be shadow banned. However, if you are reaching some new people, even if it's much less than usual, as long as you are reaching new people, people that aren't following you, you're not shadow banned. Use hashtags on your posts, and after you post, tap the hashtags, go to the recent tab and make sure your content shows up. The best way to do this is to use medium-sized hashtags, so when you actually tap the hashtag, you're not buried by millions of other content. And also, you need another account, an account that doesn't follow the account you want to test, and check it from there. If you're not on the hashtag section, it could be bad news. But if the account that doesn't follow you can see your content under that hashtag, you're not shadow banned. Also, Instagram does say that just because you use hashtags, it doesn't mean that you show up on there. And sometimes it does take time to show up on there, like 30 minutes to an hour. So even if you're not on there straight away, don't jump to conclusions that you're shadow banned. Check a few posts. If some posts aren't on there but some posts are, you're not shadow banned. Look at how many new followers you are getting. If you are getting even 1 follower a day, that means new people are finding you, so you're not shadow banned. Look at your individual post insights too. If you have impressions from hashtags, from explore, from profile, and from other, you are reaching new people, so you're not shadow banned. A lot of people tell me that they're shadow banned, so I do some research on their account, but most of them are not shadow banned. Some of them probably are. Again, shadow ban happens when you break a community guideline. So if you haven't done that, you're not shadow banned. It also happens overnight. But most of you, although you think it's sudden, your drop in reach and engagement happens over a period of time, not overnight. And although it feels like it's huge and it's devastating, your drop in reach is probably not 80% to 90%. You actually have more reach than you think you do, just not as much as you want. If you had 10,000 in reach and the next day it went down to 5,000, yes, that is a huge drop, but it's not an 80% to 90% drop. And if the next day it goes up to 6,000, yes, that is less than 10,000, but if it went up, it's not a shadow ban. Even if it goes down, if it's a gradual decrease, it's not a shadow ban. So if you haven't broken community guidelines, the reach drop isn't overnight, and it's not an 80% to 90% decrease, it's not a shadow ban, it's something else. I will put timestamps down below so you can skip to that part. But some of you are actually shadow banned, so what should you do? Go back to your account status and review the violations you have. Posts, stories, and comments that have been taken down will be shown here. And Instagram will tell you why they took it down. Sometimes it's not clear as you want it to be, but make sure you understand why what you posted was wrong. Otherwise you will do it again and get shadow banned again. If you don't think that Instagram should have removed your content, you can send a review request, but my advice is to get someone else to look at that violation for you before you send a request. You might think that it's okay, that it's not breaking community guidelines, that it's not wrong or offensive, but from a wider perspective, it might not be good. Maybe to you what you posted was a joke, but some people on the other end got offended and reported it. Maybe you and another person knew that your comment was a joke, but the words you used was bad and Instagram's AI detected it. Most people I've talked to who showed me screenshots did post copyrighted content, actually wrote offensive comments, and that's why they got hit with a shadow ban. Some of their response was, but so many people are doing it. But just because other people are doing it, it doesn't mean that you can do it too. Those people might be okay now, but eventually Instagram will punish them too. I will say that sometimes Instagram does make mistakes. One person got their comment taken down, but it was this. And they got the message, your comment goes against our guidelines on hate speech or symbols. It might be a bit spammy, but it's not hate speech in my opinion. They requested a review and it was clear, so that was good. This just proves that Instagram isn't perfect, and it is frustrating, but most of the time they are actually trying to protect the community. If you still think that Instagram is wrong, send a review request. I will say that it can take months until you get a response. Instagram says it will take 24 hours, but some people tell me that it took around 30 days. Some tell me it was months, and some people still haven't heard back from Instagram. Read community guidelines and read it again. It's actually not that long. The people who are really shadow banned, myself in the past and others who I have talked to, have broken at least one community guideline. In my opinion, some violations are treated worse than others. Buying and manipulating engagement is bad, but compared to copyright infringement, spreading misinformation about health and finance, bullying and harassing other people, it's not as serious or dangerous. So Instagram will kind of let you get away with it at first. When I manipulated engagement a couple of years back, the first time nothing happened. And that's why I did it again and again and again, and then finally I was shadow banned. But when I posted a clip of a song or a clip of a movie, the second I posted it, it was taken down. Stop all activities for the next 14 days. You're not getting the reach and engagement anyway, so now is the perfect time to take a break from Instagram, truly understand what you did wrong, and build a strategy for when you come back. I can only speak from my experience and data from other people that I have talked to. But normally, if it's your first time to get shadow banned, you are in Instagram jail and you will be limited for about 14 days. Some people tell me it was 5 days, some people tell me it was 7 days, some people tell me it was 10 days. For me, it was always 14 days, but it could be because it was years ago. Just to be on the safe side, be prepared to be limited for about 14 days. And during those 14 days, don't post and don't engage. Just don't do anything so that you won't break community guidelines again. Instead, batch content and make it quality and engaging content so when you come back, you're ready to smash it on Instagram. Google banned, restricted, and flagged hashtags on Instagram. Manually type a hashtag into the search bar on Instagram and see if it appears. If it says no results found, then that hashtag is most likely banned, so don't use it in the future. And if you have used these hashtags in the past, go to that post, hit edit and remove it. Unfortunately, sometimes the jail can be longer. I think it depends on how offensive the violation was. Some people tell me 30 days, some say a couple of months. The longest I was shadow banned for was a total of 6 months. But probably only because even after I got shadow banned, I was still doing bad things like joining more engagement groups, participating in loop giveaways, so it just got worse and worse until I stopped doing bad things. It took me roughly 3 months to revive the account. Also, if it's your second time, your third time to get shadow banned, your jail will get longer and longer because it is a punishment. Imagine actually committing a crime in real life. Your jail time does increase. The maximum I got shadow banned on an account was 3 times. This was a different account, not the one where I got shadow banned for 6 months. I've just had so many Instagram accounts, so sorry it's confusing. Anyway, I was editing music clips and posting them and they got taken down. I thought, it's only clips, not the whole thing, what's the big deal, everyone else is doing it. So I kept doing it and got shadow banned, did my 14-day jail time and stopped posting them. But I started posting music clips again at 2 times speed, so it wasn't the original speed and I thought it would be okay. Of course not. But I kept doing it because my followers requested it and I wanted to stay relevant and got shadow banned again. I was limited for 20 days. Did my jail time again. You'd think that I would have learned my lesson, right? Well, I stopped posting music and just switched to movies and got shadow banned again. I was limited for 30 days. After that, I completely stopped posting copyrighted content. Just don't post anything that doesn't belong to you. I know other people who have been shadow banned 3 times. None of us lost the account, but sometimes you can lose an account the first time, so just don't break community guidelines. Instagram is getting better in my opinion. A few years ago, they didn't warn you through account status, but now they do. You are warned, so just be careful with what you put out on Instagram. We all make mistakes, just don't make it again and again. But if we just talk about shadow ban, as long as you stop breaking community guidelines and wait, it will be lifted. It's not permanent, but it is a punishment, so accept it and wait. There is no magical cure, so serve your time. Before we move on, if this video is helping you, please hit that like button so it can spread to more people and hopefully help them out. Thank you in advance. Now back to, if it's not a shadow ban, what is it? It's a hard pill to swallow, but you are probably posting the wrong type of content and your followers don't see a reason to react to your content. Your account is slowly losing its glory. When you post something, your followers are the first to see it. It's not everyone, it's a small group of people who you have a strong relationship with. And depending on how well they react, Instagram shows the content to more of your followers and new people. So let's say you post something but your followers don't respond to it because they weren't interested. The next time you post, Instagram shows your content to less people. And then if that post doesn't get a good response, Instagram again shows your next post to less people and so on and so on. This is probably the most popular reason that you're reaching less people and not getting engagement. Your followers don't enjoy your content because your post doesn't hold enough value. It's probably not entertaining, educational, or motivating enough. It's probably not eye-catching, intriguing, or helpful enough. It's your content, it's not a shadow ban. I know it sucks. I am suffering too on my English account. I wish it was a shadow ban, but it's my content and I will accept it. As much as I think and believe that my content is good, in reality it just isn't good enough all the time. It's not enough for my followers to react. So let's go back to the basics, the boring old basics, and create and post what your audience wants to see, not just what you want to post. If your account is just to post memories and just to connect with close family and friends, sure, post whatever you want. But if you want to grow on Instagram, if you want a following, if you want to become a creator or an influencer, if you want to make money, you need to post what other people want to see. You need to give them value so they will give you their time. You should definitely enjoy what you post, but it has to be something your followers enjoy too. This will keep changing because people's preferences keep changing, so you need to be willing to adapt. What performed well last month might not perform well next month. So many people tell me that their reach and engagement is low, that they haven't changed anything. But that is probably the reason. You haven't changed anything. You haven't adapted. You are posting the same thing all the time and people can predict it and they are probably just bored. Or maybe you're not consistent and you haven't posted as much as you used to. Or you probably post too many irrelevant things. So many people think that they need to post every day to stay relevant, but it's hard to post every day, it's not realistic. Yet, because you believe so hard that you need to post every day, you just post anything for the sake of posting. Let's say you normally post about fashion, but you don't have enough fashion content to post every day. So you post random things like a deer you saw in the forest. Yes, I saw a deer on my feed the other day. I didn't know how to react to that, so I didn't. I'm sure I wasn't the only one that just scrolled past. These things don't belong on the feed, it's too random. So if you want to post it on stories, just don't expect a lot of response. People won't show an interest in what you post if you're all over the place. Only famous people can get away with that. If your caption is just a bunch of emojis and you have no call to action, you won't get a good response because you're not giving anyone any reason to do so. Your hashtags are probably irrelevant to your post too. I look at so many people's posts and they still use hashtags like hashtag follow for follow, hashtag like for like, hashtag explore, and they tell me that hashtags aren't working. Instagram has said don't use these hashtags, so it might be a good idea to stop. And by the way, hashtags do work, but they can't save bad content, so don't rely on hashtags. Now, if you're really stuck, you're overwhelmed with insights, and you seriously don't know what to post, you don't know what your followers want to see from you, don't be afraid to ask them. You can post in your feed, you can use the question sticker on stories, or you can DM them. I'm sure you have followers who don't mind answering, so ask them and serve those people first. Rebuild the relationship you have with your followers because Instagram is a place to build a community and nurture that community. You're probably not doing it as much as you used to. You need to satisfy your existing followers before you can reach new people. So engage on their content, send them DMs, tell them you're on Instagram. I want you to stop moaning that you're shadow banned because 1, I will stop, 2, you're probably not shadow banned anyway, and 3, even if you are, it's because you broke a community guideline and that is your fault. However, I will say that sometimes it's not your fault that you're shadow banned. When you talk about certain topics that are sensitive, Instagram doesn't like it, so they will limit your voice. Things that we should be able to talk about are sometimes classified as inappropriate. Some of my followers share their opinions on the Ukraine and Russia situation. They just said that it shouldn't be happening and that they were devastated. But probably because they were posting a lot, their stories got taken down. The next day, their reach went down 90%, and until they stopped talking about it, they were limited, basically shadow banned. A few years back, I talked about mental health quite in detail on my stories and it got taken down. At the end of last year, I made a new Instagram account. I am battling cancer at the moment, so I wanted an account where I could post about my cancer journey and hopefully connect with cancer survivors. I only had the account for 3 days. I posted one post, it got taken down. I tried requesting a review because I didn't think it should have been taken down, but I got logged out. Every time I logged back in, I got logged out, and now I can't even log in. That account apparently doesn't exist. So I made another account and the same thing happened. Before I switched niches on my English Instagram account, I shared some cancer-related posts and stories. They didn't get taken down. I reached a lot of my followers and new people on the day that I posted, but the next day, my reach went down 90%. At first I was like, just a coincidence, but my reach was flat for a few days, so I took a break. I came back and the next time I shared something about cancer, my reach went down again by 90% the following day, and so on and so on. Every single time. That is why I don't post about cancer anymore and why I archived all of them, because I don't want to lose my account. I was just trying to raise awareness, hopefully get some support through the tough times, but maybe some people found it offensive or uncomfortable and reported it. I don't know. I thought I should fight for it, but it's just too much effort for me at the moment. I will try again eventually, so hopefully I can make another video about it soon. Experience is the #1 resource for Instagram shadowban in my opinion, so please share your experience in the comments below because you could help other people. And if you're stuck with anything, again, feel free to comment below because I could help you or someone else could help you. Let's help each other out. Happy growing.